All right, let's talk about something we all deal with every single day, but probably don't think about until it's way too late. I'm talking about our drains. Today, we're going to uncover the hidden dangers lurking in your pipes and, more importantly, how a few simple habits can stop some huge problems before they even start. So let's get right into it.
So think about it for a second. What really happens after you flush or rinse something down the drain? I mean, it seems so simple, right? You pull the plug, you press the handle, and poof, it's just gone. But where does gone actually lead? Well, that journey through that whole maze of pipes under your house, it's way more complicated and honestly way more fragile than you might think.
Okay, so let's be real. We all know hair is kind of the classic bad guy when it comes to the shower drain, right? But here's the twist. Hair is usually just the accomplice. It's not the mastermind. The real trouble begins when it teams up with all this other stuff we casually send down the drain. So if you think you're just dealing with a hair problem, trust me, you're missing a huge part of the story.
And that leads us right into this idea of the unseen drain danger. You know, your drain is basically one of the hardest working, least appreciated parts of your entire house. Seriously, it's under constant attack from all sorts of things that were just never, ever meant to go down there.
You know, I saw this quote from a plumber and it hits the nail on the head. Think of your pipes as a one-way street. Only what's meant to pass should pass. It's so simple but so powerful, right? Your pipes aren't some magic black hole. They're a system with very specific rules. And when you start sending the wrong kind of traffic down that street, well, you're just asking for a massive pileup.
And here's the thing about that pileup. It doesn't happen overnight. It's sneaky. It's all the little choices we make, day in and day out. You know, a cotton swab here, one of those so-called flushable wipes there. Each one feels like no big deal, but they all team up, creating these stubborn, nasty blockages that slow everything down and, yeah, can lead to some seriously expensive repair bills down the road.
So what is all this wrong traffic I'm talking about? Well, it's time to meet a clog's most common culprits. Let's pull up the official usual suspects list for plumbing crimes. I'm willing to bet a few of these are gonna surprise you.
All right, here we go. This is the official Rogues Gallery. First up, and this is a big one, wet wipes and facial wipes. Then you've got cotton swabs and dental floss, which, yeah, seems harmless, but it's basically like throwing a tiny net into your pipes. It's designed to catch everything. Sanitary products? Absolutely not. Never. And even that leftover gunk from soaps and stuff can cling to the pipe walls. The problem is, all of these things just love to grab onto hair and create this one giant solid blockage. And let's zoom in on the biggest myth in the entire bathroom, the flushable wipe. I mean, the package says it's flushable, right? They claim it breaks down just like toilet paper. But the reality? No way. Not even close. They don't break down quickly, if at all, and they are a major reason for huge clogs, especially in older plumbing. It's honestly the perfect example of marketing telling you one thing and physics telling you something completely different.
So, after all that, what should actually go down the toilet? It's so simple. Are you ready? Just two things, human waste and toilet paper. That's it. That's the entire list. Anything, and I mean anything else, belongs in the trash. Seriously, if you just remember that one simple rule, you've pretty much solved 90% of all potential problems right there.
Okay, enough doom and gloom about all the problems. Let's talk solutions. It's time to pivot. Welcome to your clog prevention playbook. We're going to arm you with a few super easy habits to turn you into a total drain defending pro.
This whole thing really boils down to 3 simple habits that make a massive difference. First, screen it. Just get a little drain screen or a hair catcher for your sinks and showers. It's your first and best line of defense. Second, trash it. Everything that screen catches, the hair, the gunk, plus all those wipes and floss, it all goes straight into the trash can, no exceptions. And third, flush it with hot water. About once a week, just run some hot water and a bit of dish soap down the drain. It helps break up all that greasy residue from your soap and conditioner.
And really, this all just builds into a lifestyle of good versus bad habits. On the good side, simple things like brushing your hair over a wastebasket instead of the sink. Or maybe trying a simple snake tool for a minor clog before you panic. And the bad habits to avoid? Oh, this is a big one. Never ever pour grease or oil down the drain. Stay away from those harsh chemical cleaners. They can do more harm than good to your pipes. And for goodness sake, don't just ignore a slow drain and hope it gets better. It won't.
All right, we're almost at the end here, and I want to leave you with one final piece of wisdom that basically sums up everything we've talked about. It's simple. It's powerful. Let's call it
the plumber's golden rule.
This is the single most important takeaway. If you're standing over the toilet or the sink and you're holding something, and you pause for even half a second to wonder, can I flush this? The answer is no. It's always no. The rule is simple. When in doubt, trash it. That's it. That one sentence will keep your plumbing happy for years.
Because really, that's what this all boils down to, isn't it? Being proactive is just so much smarter, so much cheaper, and way less stressful than having to deal with a backed-up sink or, even worse, an overflowing toilet. The best defense is a good offense, and when it comes to your drains, that offense is called prevention.
And that really leaves us with just one last thing to think about. Every single tip we've covered today comes down to a tiny, simple change in your daily routine. So, the final question is for you. Is making a small change today worth avoiding a huge, costly, and super messy repair tomorrow?
Yeah.
I think we all know the answer to that one.